What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a video. It's Sage. I'm going to talk to you guys about influencer marketing and how you can get into it as an e-commerce brand. Um, I think that there's many ways that you can get into it. I've been doing this for the past 10 years, and there's little things that you can do to promote your products, whether that's through a theme page, a meme page, paid advertisements, whether that's just through doing your own organic social media, influencer marketing, or if that's going out nowadays and just doing a TikTok shop and doing your own user-generated content. There's so many things that you can do to actually boost and gain sales, but I'm going to actually set the foundation for you guys. If you're just a new seller, just trying to figure out like, what is social media? How do I use social media for my brand? Is it even relevant for me? And so in another video that I posted yesterday, I talked about how you can use a tool called Fastmoss, and fastmoss.com, Fastmoss.com. It allows you to basically see the potential of creators, analytics. It shows you different brands, and it will prove whether your brand can actually scale online based on that tool. However, there's a huge misunderstanding with most Amazon sellers, Etsy, Walmart sellers who are trying to sell online, and they think UGC is the way. People and agencies like to skew them down a different path and bring them kind of in this wild goose chase where it kind of ends up into a pool of nonsense that is content that you probably won't be able to understand. And that's very, very easy to do. Like, if you're not careful with content, it can definitely be an issue. So I'm going to show you the difference between influencer marketing, UGC, and how to get more customer sales through social media. And so let's talk about the foundational stuff. So identifying your goals and objectives, defining your target audience, and creating a short list of potential influencers. That's kind of what our agency does from the beginning. So, for example, if you have a healthy food brand that you're getting into and you want to promote, your products, whether that might be like your supplements or that might be a weight loss kit that you're promoting, anything of that nature, you want to set the foundation, right? And that foundation is, what is your goals? So what's your target traffic? Who are the people that are already talking about your niche? And what can you do to promote on that platform? And so usually it's going to be influencers, and influencers promote at scale for your brand so that you can take their followers, their potential traffic, and transfer it into your audience, whether that might be they're subscribing their email or they're going to give you some initial traffic, take their followers to your page, and because they're interested, they're going to make a purchase or follow you. So the better you know your audience, your goal, your target, and where they live on social media, the better you're going to be at doing this short list of influencers, and the better you're going to be at actually creating um, better marketing for yourself. So, and better marketing just means more sales and more traffic. So we can get into like mega, micro, macro, nano influencers in the future, but there are different types of influencers and different rates per the amount of followers influencers have. And so I'm not going to get too much into that, but essentially, as somebody who's just starting out with the foundation, you're not going to want to do UGC. You're actually going to want to do micro to nano influencer promotions. That'll probably cost you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, and you're usually going to pay influencers to create some initial buzz around your product, send them to your new profile, and that profile that you make is already going to have some initial posts on it. So week two is really developing your strategy, determine your budget, choose the right influencers, and then align your content. And so the big thing here, which actually speaks to the entire plan, is it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to build your social media. And as you're building your social media, you're going to want to identify the type of style, the branding, and the content that you're trying to push out for your brand on social media. Social media is only branding at scale. So if you have a brand and you're trying to reach more audience, what you're trying to do is promote that brand. But social media usually is made to expand your brand voice. So the stuff that you see on social media that's related to most brands is going to look something similar to this, where you have your brand Instagram and you've got like your branded type of slides, and usually those slides aren't actually going to be as beneficial. So usually the branded social media that you're trying to do is going to look something like this. It's going to be templates, it's going to be branded colors, same fonts. It's going to look good, but it's not going to drive traffic because most people don't care about your brand on social media. But that's where the most, like, the big misconception comes from, is most people who think that social media is for branding like this are often misled because they don't actually get any sales with them. These sales happen from real people investing in your brand with content and showing what your what your product really does. And so that might be actually displaying the product. That might also be, an influencer in the health space actually promoting your brand and showing them their capabilities, their health, their vitality, and transferring that into a piece of content. And so if you look at the larger scale stuff, the stuff that we've been doing influencer promotions for, and most of uh, the the connections for social media with when we do promotions, we're looking now at Insta360, which is one of the top brands that we work with for influencer marketing. We just curate their influencers and make sure that the content that they're producing is organic and drives more traffic. The entire thing here is making sure that you have an audience list and an influencer list that is attached to your core brand values. And so most of the stuff you see on their page will be related to active, GoPro style, active sports, stuff that you can really see the difference and the use cases of this product. And so when you're talking about cameras, it's very easy to promote the product and find the influences for your brand. But what about for your exact brand? And I think that's where we really want to highlight. Yeah. So the main goal here is you want to do enough social media content that you have your initial brand awareness established. So your essential ready-made content, the stuff that you're branding that reflects your titles, your customers, stuff like that, your USP, and then your fonts. So all your branding stuff. Outside of that, when you're ready to do influencer marketing, you already have that done. You know what your branding is. You've made a few posts. You made above 10 posts, so you have some activity. And then you're going to bring in your influencer content where it's going to be high performing, gain traffic, and then you're going to have them promote to a single link. And that usually is going to be an email opt-in where they can subscribe their email and you're going to give them a deal later on along with a newsletter. Or you're going to send them to a shop now link where, you'll have the influencer talking about your product, representing the product, and then bringing them to a link where they can purchase. And so the entirety of social media is just an extended funnel. It's extending your funnel from doing a paid advertisement or just doing a simple marketing promotion to your website. It's taking that and making it in video form, doing a longer, nurtured, top of funnel promotion for your brand. So I'm actually going to show you guys what that looks like. In a marketing funnel, most social media marketing happens in the awareness stage. It rarely happens in the consideration and conversion stage. However, this is actually not where you want to be. Most social media marketing that we do happens in the conversion or consideration stage. And that is because we target traffic that we know the certain buyer is going to be interested in. And that happens because, for example, if you're doing a promotion for martial arts, you're going to want to get a martial artist to promote your product. But it's not going to be the martial artist that's just the random guy who has like a 1 in 5 record that has 1,000 followers doing some random videos on the side of Instagram and TikTok. It's going to be the person who is serious, dedicated, has some initial traction. Maybe not the most famous person, but somebody who has a personal amateur record and has a lead following on Instagram or social media. And that's how you capture consideration and conversion, where more of the followers that you're doing promotion with are actually in the consideration and conversion format than awareness. They're not completely new to understanding the product and what you're trying to benefit with your actual product. So the same thing goes here with the influencers with Insta360, for example. All of the influencers that we promote with are people who are actually doing active activities daily. And the same thing goes with the ideal customer profile of somebody who's trying to promote on social media for their brand. It's their customer profile is somebody who's trying to go out daily, make some videos, do some cool outside, outdoorsy stuff, active related stuff that is shown to the extreme here on social media. And so that is your main goal with social media influencers, and that is how you drive more sales as a social media brand. And so before you get into it and before you take a look any further into influencer marketing, this should be the end goal. Hundreds of thousands of likes and views and 2 million followers, maybe. But the main goal is you could have 10% of this and still have a highly converting store and website if you focus on the quality of the content that you're putting out and the ideal customer profile in correlation to the content that you're putting out. So I hope this kind of breaks the ice as to what social media marketing is. And yeah, if you need any help, just book a consultation, comment below. Thank you guys.